come and take a camera flash. Every game amazing, car game crazy. Gucci Mela flare, won't you tell me see sight chase? When I hit the mall, it's a photo shoot. When I'm in the club, it's a photo shoot. Don't get your camera phone on, it's a photo shoot. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. Verse 2, every time. Come and take a camera flash. Every game amazing, car game crazy. Gucci Mela flare, won't you tell me see sight chase? When I hit the mall, it's a photo shoot. When I'm in the club, it's a photo shoot. Don't get your camera phone on, it's a photo shoot. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. Verse 2, every time. Come and take a camera flash. Every game amazing, car game crazy. Gucci Mela flare, won't you tell me see sight chase? When I hit the mall, it's a photo shoot. When I'm in the club, it's a photo shoot. Don't get your camera phone on, it's a photo shoot. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. It's a photo shoot, girl. Verse 2, every time.
Hey, that was a good intro, Mel. Thank you. Thank you. Courageous Crowns here. 2/3 of Courageous Crown. I'm the Brooklyn Baldy.
I'm Mel, aka
Bad Baldy. Bad Baldy. Thank y'all for joining us tonight for this episode of a Courageous Crown podcast. We thank you for the love and support. Please remember to go like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend, tell your mama and them, tell everybody. Also, don't forget to get your merch made by us.
All right.
Yeah, you can get the city Baldy. You can get the Baldy, the signature Baldy, and our signature line. I make balls look good. We make it look great. Tonight, we talking about them independent women.
How y'all feel about that?
Independent women.
How y'all feel about independent women?
I don't want to be an independent woman no more. I'm gonna tell you, I'm over it. Good thing I found my boo, and I ain't got to be independent no more. He make me soft. He make me real soft because I'm over it. But nah, we just, you get to that stage in life where, especially single women, I think it's single women more than anything, when you're taking care of the kids, the job, the house, the this, the car brake, the gas, the that, and you just get into this phase, everything. You get into this phase like you don't need nobody. You don't need nothing. So we just keep on pushing. And then when that man come along, it's a battle for him. It's a battle for him to get through those walls. So that's the conversation we're going to have tonight. If you have some comments, please drop them. We're going to respond when we can. I don't have my glasses on, so Mel going to be reading the comments. I'm just keeping it funky with y'all. I can't see in real life, but I didn't want the glare to be messing up the video. So you got some comments, or if you even feel like you want to come on and join us, let us know. We'll drop the link, and we're going to get the conversation going.
Get it going. Let me see who's here. Can we say hello so I can know who's watching us tonight? Who's joining us tonight?
Yeah, if you're here, drop a hi in the comments, a wave or something, so we could acknowledge you. I know our usual supporters. We got people who repeat customers who's buying shirts. We got our friends and family, of course. We hope y'all here supporting us. Those should be first. No pressure though. But hi Tammy, how are you? We knew Tammy was gonna be here, yeah.
Hey Tammy.
We knew Tammy was gonna be here.
Tammy love to talk, right? Let's talk.
Tammy gonna say drop the link in a minute. She ain't working. She gonna be like, drop the link. We got you, Tim.
She said, I'm good.
Yeah.
How you doing again, girl? You can't see.
I can't see.
Hey, Opal.
Hi, Opal. That's the missing link to the Courageous Crown, the third party. We need to actually bring you up here. We need
the Opal. Come up real quick for a second.
Drop the link for Opal so she can introduce herself. I'm gonna drop the link, Opal. Okay. I hope you looking presentable. I know that hair done.
Here, and her face is done too. Hey, Keish. Hey, cuz.
Come on, Opal. Hi, Keisha. I can't see.
Congratulations to Keisha, everyone, for being a homeowner.
Oh, that's dope. Congratulations.
One of her sisters. Congratulations.
Congratulations, baby. Proud of you.
Oh, that is baby. That's baby. Baby girl.
Congratulations. We are proud of you.
Opal, you see that link?
What'd she say?
She didn't say nothing. I was messing with her.
Come on, Opal. Come and introduce yourself real quick and give us your
You're
thoughts.
welcome, girl. I don't know how to it. Oh, I know. You're welcome, girl.
Look, I keep leaning there. I'm just let you.
Hey, Kimmy Kim.
Hi, Kim. Thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, again, we talking about the independent woman, just being tired, just being over it. If you have thoughts, we did drop the link. If anybody want to come on and drop a quick, or if you want to just drop your comments in the comment section, we'll pin them and we'll talk about it from there. We're gonna bring Opal on
so she could introduce herself.
She is the third.
Hi, ladies.
We can't see you. Turn your camera on.
Look, so wait, because I don't want to mess up the stream because I'm driving, and I know sometimes when you're actively driving, they will block your stuff. So I didn't know if you have the camera on to mess it up. Y'all know, like TikTok and all that. Like if you're filming while driving, it would do that. So I didn't know. You
on the highway? You can pull over.
I mean, let me pull over for the sake of.
Good.
Let me pull over. Okay. Don't nobody hit me.
Right.
Well, we on the floor because we just want this to be a comfortable vibe. We want to be comfortable. We got some wine. Go get your glass of wine. We're gonna make it a thing.
Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, boo.
This is Opal. Opal, introduce yourself.
The Atlanta Baldy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Opal, aka Bald Peach. I am from Atlanta. Peach. Yes, ma'am. I am one of the members of Courageous Crowns, the third young bald peach. Yeah, just thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been showing for this movement, this brand. It has definitely got, some great things that are going to be happening, some things that are in the mix. We just look forward to being able to collab with a lot of people and get the message out, get the love out. And thank you for everything you guys have been doing for us.
And thank you for all your support too, Opal.
Somebody was like, is this going to be on the website? I was like, I don't know about that.
I told you yesterday, I said, Opal keep putting pictures out there, stuff that we don't have yet. And we got to stick to, but everything is possible through Christ who strengthens us. But right now we doing hoodies, we doing t-shirts, long sleeve tees, we doing the special order on the dress.
That dress.
The dress is everything.
Did y'all see
We're doing sweatsuits. And there was one more thing we were special order, and I don't know. But we trying to stick to the basics right now. We are working on new things. We're working on new designs, new prints. We're working on different colors and different fonts and stuff. So we are working on things. But right now, if you want to order, it's t-shirts, long sleeve tees, hoodies, sweatsuits, and a special order on the dress. Now, the dress has a little bit of a turnaround because we are getting that from a manufacturer that's somewhere else. So that has a little bit of a turnaround. So when you place your order on that, you pay for it, just expect about 2-week turnaround. Sometimes it's sooner, but that dress is everything. If you want that dress, get that dress because we only doing the dress in black and in beige. So.
And you talk about the Brooklyn Baldy, we got Atlanta Baldy coming out, so it'll be coming to a city near you too. It's not just Brooklyn and Atlanta, but of course we rep in our cities first.
Right. So if you want to rep your city, let us know. We can make something happen. So wherever you at, rep your city, and we can get that Baldy t-shirt, hoodie, sweatsuit out to you. Thanks, Opal. Now, Opal, we talking about independent woman.
Can I turn my camera on? Okay.
Do you have to continue if you're driving? Because I don't want to hold you up.
I'm gonna turn the camera off and go like at least another exit.
Okay.
I'll get off right here.
All right. Or you can come back on when you finish, when you get home.
Okay, do that. I'm gonna come back on later.
All right. So, we're gonna play a quick video just to get some traction, and just let us know what y'all think after the video. We'll talk about it.
Hey,
Ree.
I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she said something that made me think. She said, a lot of the strong women that you see doesn't desire to be that way. Many men will argue that even though she says that, what if she met a man that was a leader, that displayed healthy leadership qualities? Why do women still want to hold on to that dominant role? She said, sometimes it's difficult to relinquish that control over the structure, safety, and security she's given herself over the lifestyle that she has created. For me, it was a moment of clarity to get a better understanding of why some women who have worked, sacrificed, and built what they have to not only restructure their mind to let someone else lead, but also hand over the keys and give a certain level of control to someone else when they're so used to doing it themselves. I think that men who find themselves with a strong, independent woman, to give her time to slowly, gradually relinquish that control over to you. And this also gives him space to show her that he is man enough and mature enough to not allow this process to be an indictment on his manhood.
Was everybody able to hear it? I was trying to figure out how to mute it, but was everyone able to hear it? If so, can you just put a thumbs up? And I do see your Tammy is asking what started this movement. Give us an intro for the Courageous Crown.
Oh, for the baldness. Thanks, Tammy. That's a good question. You want to pen it while we talk about it?
Hey, Denise.
So the funny thing is, randomly, Melissa just reached out to me one day, and she was like, "What do you think about starting like a bald line? Because we all just happen to just be bald, and we rocking and wearing it well." So like, it went from just that question to like, let's do it. And we just started rolling. And the premise behind Courageous Crown is embracing the beauty of being bald. So no matter if you just bald by choice, if you bald by illness, if you bald by you going through a life change, just embrace your beauty. And it's no matter how old you are, what color you are. If you bald, rock that bald. And we also do have Pretty and Pixie, because everybody don't go as short as us. So we do have the Pretty and Pixie line. But yeah, it was just hey, let's do a line. Let's do a line for bald women. You see it, but you don't see it a lot. And I noticed, especially since I've been like this white blonde platinum, I'm seeing more and more women. Now I don't know if I'm just paying attention to it, but when I'm out with my t-shirts and my hoodies, I get a lot of compliments. I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of follows. So it's just embracing the beauty and being bald. So if you do purchase something from us, please, tag us in it and give us your reasoning why you're bald, how you got there. Just tell us, give us a little bit of a story. We will appreciate it. We also appreciate any business. We also have customers who are not bald, but they're purchasing for their sisters, their aunties, their mama, who, have short hair for whatever reason. So just embracing the beauty of being bald. Hope I answered the question, Kim.
Yeah, you did.
It's our baby. I love it. I love the things we're doing. We also, real quick plug, we are not just a for-profit business. We also do a lot of nonprofits. So actually on February 11th, we are partnered with Children Healthcare of Atlanta. We're doing the I Am Brave campaign. So we're doing crown care kit bags for the young children who have lost their hair due to cancer. And in the bags, we're just putting little goodies in there for the boys and girls. We have some I Am Brave bracelets. We're doing some I Am Brave shirts for them. And we're going to go to the hospital. We're going to hand out these items. And we're going to spend a couple hours with the kids and just uplift their spirits, because it's a lot for a young child, boy or girl, to lose their hair due to this disease that they have no control over. So that's one thing. And then on March 2nd, we'll be doing a Spring Into the New You event, which I'm sure she's gotten it, I've gotten it, Opal gotten it. Oh, I want to cut my hair, but I can't do it. Or I don't think it's gonna look right. Or I don't know, whatever reason. I haven't found a good barber. So we're gonna be registering a certain amount of women to get their haircuts on us. It's gonna be a whole day. We're gonna have brunch, we're gonna have wine, we're gonna sit and talk while you cut your hair. Wine. We're gonna have some wine. We're gonna, we're gonna go get to the backstory and why you decide to cut your hair, go bald, and just show some love to some women who either can't afford it or just afraid to do it. So, not only are we for profit, we also are nonprofit. But with the nonprofit being said, we do appreciate the donation. So whenever you donate, I'll just get a random Zelle from Tammy some days, and we appreciate it a lot because that money goes a long way, and we really make use of the donations. And it don't always have to be money. You can donate your time. You can donate items if we're looking for items, because we try to do one give back, feeding the homeless once a month. So even if you want to donate items, with blankets, coats, drinks, water, stuff like that. So it don't always have to be actual money. So whatever you guys are willing to donate, we are here to take, because we're trying to help out the community any way we can. It's not just about us putting money in our pocket, which the end goal is putting money in our pocket, but we want to help out the community in the same time. So now back to the video.
Do y'all need me to play the video again?
I think so.
I'm gonna play one more time, okay?
Because I forgot. I don't know if I forgot.
Thank you, Ree.
Hi, Ree. I called you.
Yeah, I called you. You want to call you back now?
No, don't call me back now, Ree. I'll call you when I leave.
Speaking to a friend of mine, and she said something that made me think. She said, a lot of the strong women that you see doesn't desire to be that way. Many men will argue that even though she says that, what if she met a man that was a leader, that displayed healthy leadership qualities? Why do women still want to hold on to that dominant role? She said, sometimes it's difficult to relinquish that control over the structured safety and security she's given herself over the lifestyle that she has created. For me, it was a moment of clarity to get a better understanding of why some women who have worked, sacrificed, and built what they have to not only restructure their mind to let someone else lead, but also hand over the keys and give a certain level of control to someone else when they're so used to doing it themselves. I think that men who find themselves with a strong, independent woman, to give her time to slowly, gradually relinquish that control over to you. And this also gives him space to show her that he is man enough and mature enough to not allow this process to be an indictment on his manhood.
Give me some time, boo. Give me some time.
Now that's a good video, because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start running my mouth first. If y'all don't know, I have the love of my life for y'all, and I'm an independent woman. I've been divorced since 2018, and I've been doing it all, 3 boys by myself. And when we first met, of course, I got my own everything. I'm doing my own everything. And he came in, very respectful. He came in and showed me the man that he is. And like the young man said in the video, like I needed time to trust that he was gonna hold down. He also needed time to see that I was gonna relinquish that control. And today, fast forward a few months, I like not doing anything. That took me some time. It took me time, because there would be times where he'd be like, I could tell you a little uncomfortable. And it did, because first of all, I needed to trust that he was going, if I fell, he was going to have my back. But also, I hadn't been in that space for so long. So it took us time. But now it's like, I want him to do all the things. As a woman that I am, I still show up in ways for him that I know he will do it, but it's like, you don't have to either, because, I respect him as a man. But that's a hard space to come from. It's a hard space to come from. You've been doing it for so long by yourself. And it does take a strong man to recognize that, because you can get to a space where there's a man who he's very insecure, and your strong, independent woman vibe will turn him off, turn him away, or he gonna be like, you don't need a man, you don't need this, but he's just insecure. So it does take a strong man to recognize, like, nah, let me just give her a minute and let me show her that she can fall and I have her back. So that really resonates with me because I'm living it actively right now.
Hi.
Hi.
My thoughts. So I don't really know any man that wants to deal with an independent woman. I think independent women are for single women. I think that when you're in a relationship, you have to learn the difference of being independent and being self-sufficient. I think a man wants a self-sufficient woman. In my opinion, if you don't want a self-sufficient woman, you want a child. So I think a man would want a self-sufficient woman as, for one, we know that we are their helpmate. So you have to be able to do things in order to be able to help him, right? But I think that's where the difference comes in, that women that are in relationships have to understand. But I also, for myself, know and can say, I can admit that that is not necessarily the easiest thing to do because of what you're accustomed to.
Yeah.
And then, there's always possibly that fear of what if you start to relinquish this and then, things go left and things get sour, whatever the case may be. But that's where it comes into also, as you have to know what you're getting yourself into. You have to take your time. You have to be patient. You have to really, really get to know each other, because the number one thing in order for you to be able to relinquish that is feeling safe. You have to really be able to feel safe with the person. But, the reality of it for independent women is when you're doing everything alone, it's kind of hard now when a man is coming in and has this like, okay, well, I'm the man. I'm here, and I'm intended to lead, and it's like, well, lead who? Because you've been used to leading yourself. You've been used to doing things on your own, and it's sadly to say, there's a lot of women that are in relationships that are independent.
That's true.
So even imagine that, like, if you even just got out of a relationship, or whatever, whether it was recent or not, but if you were in a relationship and you had to still be an independent woman, because let's call it what it is. A lot of these men nowadays seem like they want to be the princess. So at the end of the day, you have to just be really mindful on who you choose and take your time. But I do think that it's important to understand the difference between self-sufficient and independent. No one wants to feel like you don't need them.
No.
And that's the reality of it. And if you cannot learn that, I think it's two things, though. I think a part of it is yourself. You may need to check, but I also think that you may need to check the man that you're with, because that's something that comes with the relationship. You should actually want to let go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should actually feel so safe that it just comes very easily. So if it's still like a battle and a fight with a lot of things, it's not always just the woman. Sometimes you and him have to take a step back and look like, well, what am I doing or what am I not doing? Right. In the relationship, that this woman is still feeling like she has to be in control of everything when she has a man here. And the question is, well, what are you controlling? What are you handling? What are you doing? What are you providing? What are you protecting? Because these are the things that we look for, right? So I think, that's my response on it. I think it's more so of learning to be self-sufficient. Nobody wants a lazy woman that cannot do anything for herself.
That's a fact.
if your man gets sick, you don't know what to do. You can't run a household without him. Like, no man wants that. But no man wants to feel like he's in a relationship with another man.
And he's not needed or wanted. Yeah. One thing you said about what's the worst that could happen. Like we and I know this was hard for me too, and I'm learning this while I'm in therapy. I make this very clear with everybody. But we always stand on the outcome of most things. And even in that situation with us as independent women learning to let go, what's the worst thing that could happen? He don't fulfill the needs that you need, and then what? You go back to doing what you was doing. So at least attempt to let go. At least try to be vulnerable, because what's the worst that could happen? You're gonna go back to what you was doing before you met him. So that's the worst thing.
But do that with the right man.
With the right man. With the right man. Has to be the right man. You can't let go for everybody.
Don't let no fool, ladies. Don't have no fool in your life talking about me running your household, and you be sad and crying going to bed every night. Okay. Don't do that. Don't be in a relationship with someone and you still feel like you're in a relationship by yourself. Sarita said that when you called her, she was in these streets.
Really?
And Tammy said organic. When you say organic, what are you referring to exactly? What's organic? Like it just happening organically that you let go? And if that's what you mean, I agree. Like I can't just say, okay, I have a man now, take over.
Yeah.
It's just not the reality of it. Mm-hmm. Like that's not even real. Mm-hmm. If I was to do something like that, everything takes time. Yeah. Sometimes it takes time to get to know a person. So it's also a trust thing. Can I trust you to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I trust you with my life to really make certain decisions and stuff and really, really lead, can I trust you with my children? Like, it's a trust thing that you really have to feel and have for somebody. But, with that being said, you cannot want to be in a relationship, ladies, and think that you're going to be the man now. Because if your man letting you be the man, he might be the woman.
That's true. I'm just trying to make sure y'all can all see my hoodie.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Tammy said, yes, it follows in an organic way. I agree. Once there's trust, yep, you can let go. But, what she said, but there are times they will let you lead depending. Absolutely. Because we are all sharp in different areas.
Yeah, that's true.
So we absolutely are supposed to go to each other and sharpen each other in different areas. It's good to have things in common, right, with someone. It is good. But it's good to be able to learn from your mate, whether it's the woman or the man. Like I say this all the time, and this goes for anyone. Friendships, I feel like this in relationships, but we're talking about like significant others. And this is for men and women. You can't learn nothing from your mate. Why? I don't get why we in this relationship. I can't learn anything from you. Yeah. Like you cannot learn something from your mate. Your mate cannot teach you anything. And that goes for women too. Like, the men are to be the head of the household, but a man can learn a lot from the woman. Remember, we are the multipliers.
And, even saying that, I think in my relationship, like me being able to learn so much from him in different aspects of life, it helped me put my guard down. Because it's like, he's showing me things that I didn't even have any idea on. It's like, okay, let me pay attention to what he's doing. And now I'm watching him and paying attention and I'm listening. And it made me build this respect for him that now it's like, okay, I can let my guard down. I can be less independent. Because he's knowledgeable in things that I had no idea. Even though in my mind I'm this independent woman and I got all this under control, but I didn't. I'm just being honest. But yeah.
What do you ladies think on independency? Someone that is currently in a relationship or married, or even, you don't have to be in a relationship. Someone that's even single. Like, what do you think? Do you think that's something that you don't want to let go Do you like being independent? I can tell you right now, I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool to be for what? Why? Why I want to do everything by myself? And then it's also like, what is the sense of having a man? What is the sense of having a man if you have to do everything by yourself? If you have to do everything by yourself, you have to really question your relationship.
I think that builds resentment, though.
It does.
Yeah, you have a partner and you still doing everything. It's like, ugh, and you lose respect for that person too. So it's like, what is the point of that? Yeah, you might as well just go back where you came from then. Because if you here and I'm still taking out the trash, I'm still pumping gas, I'm still getting cars fixed and stuff, like, you might as well go back where you came from. I could do this by myself. So yeah, there's no point to that. What's Tammy say?
You get the glasses, child. Now I'm the reader tonight.
You gonna be the reader tonight.
Tammy said, "Tim, that's you in the picture? Oh, she had hair." She said, "I can jump on, but not on camera." Why? You don't want to show your pretty face, Tammy? Hold on.
You got something to say, Tammy? Come on.
Sarita said, "I think it's important to have your own identity, but not be independent where you are not a team." Lord have mercy. I think women just don't understand the difference. Yeah, I think it's like I said, men like self-sufficient women. Like, I would think so. I mean, I'm not a man, but I would think that a man would want a self-sufficient woman, not someone that he has to guide through everything. But he don't want somebody he has to fight with either. You know. Oh, you dropped it. Keisha, what you said, child? I don't want to be independent, but like Mel said, a lot of men, yeah, they want you to open the door. They want you to open the door for them to get in the car, child. Okay.
Opal.
They want
Hi
you.
guys.
I feel you. These men now, they want to lay around. But the thing about it is, what I do notice is these men now, unfortunately, they want princess treatment, but then want to leave. And then that's when they want to say, well, I'm the man. Well, I mean, that's what your partner say. But your actions are not moving like a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just like there's a lot of men that are not that are not masculine. There's a lot of women that are just not feminine.
I have an unpopular opinion, possibly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's the point of this. That's the point of this show. Speak your mind.
So I've, in the last few years, started to stop going off of what I feel like society has taught me and done some deep diving myself. So I just Googled independent and what it means. And of course, context is always going to change, the meaning. But independent, first let me read independent and then I'm going to read independent in a relationship. Being independent means free from outside influence or control and able to make one's own decisions, right? Independent in a relationship. Maintaining your own life and identity while still being connected to your partner. I bring that up because I feel like society has put a negative tone on the term independent. Independent does not, for me, mean that I am not allowing somebody in to come in and show me things, help me with things, do things for me. I feel like it has been taken and miscrewed. It's almost like judging, and that's a whole nother topic. The word we hear judging and we automatically think negative. Whereas to me, judging is not. But back to stay on topic, I don't think that independent is a negative thing necessarily, but it does need to have balance. It does need to have, I think I like the word that you used earlier, Mel. You said independent what did you say?
Self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient. I like that terminology, but I even feel like those are kind of in the same thing. They're two in the same. They're interchangeable for me. I just think that society has made independent this thing. You got the songs, you know what I'm saying? You got the chants and the rah rah rahs, but I feel like you can be an independent person in a healthy relationship. It's just knowing the time to and when, when and when not to.
So I disagree. I disagree. So I don't agree that independent and self-sufficient is the same. Independency is exactly what it means in regards to you can do everything on your own. Just like, your children are your dependents because they can't do anything on your own. They have someone to take care of them. So independency is you can do everything on your own. You don't
But
need.
can doesn't mean that you are or you have to.
No. But we're talking about
That's what I'm saying. You can be independent. I can take care of my mortgage. I can take my trash out, but I'm not. I can be independent, but in this instant or in this scenario or this example, I'm not exploring or I'm not showing my independency.
Well, okay, so let me speak for myself. I can be independent too. Anybody can be independent that has that nature, whatever, that they have to take care of themselves and they have to take care of their family and stuff. But when you are in a relationship, you should not have to be independent. When you're in a relationship, you're not even supposed to be independent. It goes back to, again, I'm always gonna take it biblical. So a woman, you're as a wife in a relationship, if you are independent, that means that you are in control of everything, and that is out of order. So when we talk about self-sufficient means I am able to do everything. I am able to make decisions. I am able to take initiative. I am able to do these things, but I'm not in control. What happened? Where she went?
We lost her.
She'll come back. But self-sufficient is I'm able to do these things. He can rely on me to do these things, but I'm not in control here because I am allowing my head to lead the household. You cannot have two independent people in the household. Two dominant people is going to crash. Two submissive people will work. But you need a dominant and you need a submissive. Two dominant people are going to crash. Somebody in that house has to lead. That's order everywhere. You go to school, there's order. You have the principal, you have the teacher. You go to work, you have a boss, you have a supervisor. There's order within everything. So it has to be ordered in a household as well.
So I'm gonna play the middle. Because I hear you.
Oh, you are in the middle.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear her. Because I feel like Opal said it in the sense of I am an independent woman, but when I get my partner, I know how to tone it down. I don't have to be Miss Independent anymore.
Is that what you're saying, Opal?
Absolutely. And even back to, I think that two dominant people in a relationship could work. It's knowing when, give and take. It's a balance, right? It's not me saying, like, for me, the term independent is saying I'm not going to do anything. But at the end of the day, if my partner has a scenario where they are out of commission, they're not able to go to work, they're not able to do this, guess who's going to step up? This independent person who has that skill set, and I can hold the fort down until you're able to step back into certain roles or certain places.
Well, that's being your partner's helpmate. That is, we have to help each other, but there's always one person. It should be, especially if you have a maid. It should be one person in the household. Now, when I say one person, I do not mean that there's a head. There's a head of a household. The head should not be me. It should be my man. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that.
No, I get it. That's why I led with an unpopular opinion, because it's the wordplay for me. The term independent for me is not a negative thing in the sense of and let me rephrase that. For me, I feel like you can be independent and in a healthy relationship at the same time.
So I agree with that because for me, I feel like I still have my sense of independency. I feel like I make my decision. I can make decisions. But on Mel's, for your point, but on Mel's point, if I know it's a decision that's going to affect the household, it's going to affect us as a couple, I'm going to let him make the final decision.
All decisions affect the household.
Well, not all.
I ain't talking about you going to get your nails done.
That's actually what I was going to say. I know that.
What if he don't like orange though?
Yeah, what about me getting my lashes?
I'm not talking about. Come on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
funny.
but that's the thing. Like, so I still have my own sense of independency, but he does. I do go to him like, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what like give him really like the final say on whatever it is. So I kind of get it's a word thing.
I'm sorry, because I want to address this. Kim,
comment the clip.
Kim said, hold on. Kim said, I am independent in my marriage. I can't help it. Okay, but hold on. She said we read, but we don't judge. I am independent in my marriage. I can't help it. I do try to let my husband be the man, but sometimes it's hard for me. So I want to ask you, why is it hard for you?
They've been married for a long time too.
I would like to know. Because then after that, Kim said, that's it, Tashonda. You worded it perfectly. I try my best to tone it down. Why do you have a hard time toning it down? Why is it hard for you to let go and allow your husband to leave your home? I mean, I'm just curious.
Let's bring
I'm going to respond. I would like to hear your answer, but I'm going to say I understand you because I've been in a relationship like that. And the reason that I was very independent in that relationship and, you know, basically, if you want to say I was wearing the pants, I didn't want to do that. But I thought I had to because he wasn't leading. There's no other way to put it. He wasn't leading the household. So somebody had to lead it. You know, somebody had to take care of the duties in the household. Somebody had to take care of the children. Somebody had to do it. So I did it. I didn't have a choice, but I don't want to do it.
Do you think that if you didn't do it, he would have stepped up and did more? Or you just
I tried
that personality?
I tried that. I tried all right, let me not do anything because let me see. And might as well just got the skirt. He just wouldn't. And the thing about it is,
he just wasn't for you.
I mean, I won't disagree with that. That's a possibility because people do act different and behave different when they're around, you know, with other people. Different people bring out different things, right?
And I think that's what I think Tammy said about and that's how I took it anyways, when she was saying about being organic. You know, when you are around certain people in certain energies in certain environments, your guard tends to come down, which I think is what is the root of being independent. You got a guard up. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. So when you're in the space of certain types of energies, especially ones that align with you and your life and, you know, your beliefs and whatnot, it's more organic and natural to relinquish the control that is under said independent. I think that's kind of where I took what Tammy said earlier about the organic part. And of course, everything takes time and work and you have to still, you know, put it in, but it's easier. Like if it's safe to speak on Tashonda and her relationship, you know, it's been able to just flow organically. Yes, of course, it takes work. It takes conversations. It takes doing a self-check, looking in the mirror and evaluating yourself and being like, okay, what could I have done differently, et cetera, et cetera. But she's also partnered up with somebody who has been able to navigate that space and her navigate his space, and it's happening more organically.
That's how it has to be. Kim responded and said, watching my mom be a single mom, I gained my strength from her. I understand that. My father passed away when I was 11. However, I will say for the years that I do remember, my father led the house. But when my father passed away, my mother had to. My mother had 2 grown boys at the time that she had to struggle with as well on trying to teach them how to be men. And it was definitely a challenge for her, but I completely understand what you're saying. And Sarita said earlier, that's how she was raised, to be independent, and I was too. I was raised not to rely on no man, have your own money.
They say never let your right hand know what your left hand got.
Yeah. Like, I was raised that way as well. So I understand all those things. So I want to be clear. I am not, and I don't think that's where Sarita or Kim is coming from, or you, Opal, either. But I just want to be clear that I have understanding on why why we are the way we are, why it is difficult. I'll be honest now. It's not. I'm still learning. Let me put it that way. I'm still learning that I need to relinquish
control.
Yeah, I'm still learning that, because this is what I know. I had to do this in my past relationship, and I'm here now. I'm with the boy. So these are things that I am still working on. However, I know that I have to work on it in order to also have my relationship continue to prosper. Because again, I go back to, and I want to be clear when I say that, when I'm speaking of having a head, and when I'm speaking of a man is the head of the household and the man is to lead, that doesn't mean, let me be clear, that my mouth is shut. Doesn't mean I sit here like a mute. Doesn't mean that, no, that's not what I mean. I don't mean controlling, because that's controlling. I don't want to be in a controlling relationship. You sit over there now. That it's not gonna work. So
too much mouth.
That is just not gonna work for me. I'm not a child, and I don't want to be treated like a child. I want to be loved, and I want to be cared for, and stuff like that. And that's what I expect from my man. But my man wants to feel like the man. You know what I'm saying? He does. He wants to feel like the man. He wants to feel in charge, but in charge, not again in a controlling way. But he needs to feel like the head, because we both can't be heads of the household. There's order.
I want to say this, like, most of us women up here, we in our big 40s, and everybody have the same.
The big one?
The big 40s. Everybody have the same, this is what I saw, this is how I was raised. And I'm going to speak for myself on this one. Same here. I was doing shit at 8 years, stuff at 8 years old that I wasn't supposed to do. That I was doing, I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Say a little bit.
Oh, yeah. But so I always had this independent vibe about me. So in therapy now, at this age, I just started therapy maybe a little less than a year ago with this therapist. I'm learning that I was getting in my own way with this. This is all I know. So now I'm trying to unlearn this behavior that I've done for 45 years. And that's hard. So like Opal said, I do check in with myself a lot. I do have conversations with him a lot. I have conversations with I do therapy every week, but it's a behavior that, like Kim, you saying it's hard, but it's something you acknowledging that you're doing it. So now it's something you have to work on.
Well, she responded. Sarita said, maybe we don't always trust the decision or feel we're more skilled in certain areas. I've been there, absolutely. And Kim responded, I read it together for a reason, because Kim said, I make the better decisions in this relationship, to be transparent. Kim, I feel you on that, because I want to say I felt that way, but I also think I know I did. At the same time, I did. I definitely was making the better decisions. But and this is the reality of it, how do they learn if we don't start making them make decisions? It's just like a child. And I don't want to compare your man to a child, but the reality of it, when you have a child, you make all the decisions for them because you make them better. But how are they going to learn? Right? How do they learn and grow if you don't start saying, okay, let's go with your idea. Let their idea flop. Let it flop. So you could say like, okay, that didn't work. And then guess what? He's going to come to you now. How should we do this? Because he knows you're the better decision maker. But if you're not even allowing him to flop, sometimes people just gotta flop. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to make them feel bad, but everybody has strength in different areas. So sometimes it's like, oh yeah, well, what's your idea?
And
Let
no,
me see what's
no
your...
shade, Kim. But who said your idea was better than his?
She did.
Exactly. Exactly.
She said it was.
Exactly. So he might think his idea is better than yours. So that's something. Yeah, I got to find that balance.
Yeah, and a relationship, just like, guess what? How many times have you said, I'm gonna try something, I'm gonna do something, and it didn't work out? And you had to learn from it. It's the same thing. Let him try something and let it flop. And don't be like, told you so. You might say it in your head, but don't say it to him. And then going forward, he may just come to you now and be like, Kim, baby, how we do this again? And you know, it's not a control thing. Is he knows that you're just better at making decisions for certain things, and he's gonna come to you. And that's why I say, like, even though he's a man and he's the head of the household, that doesn't mean that you don't have a voice. That doesn't mean that you don't make decisions. I'm gonna be clear. I want y'all to think I'm getting beat up in my relationship.
We don't think
Getting
that.
my ass
We don't
beat.
think that. We don't think that.
Oh, Tammy, your camera on. You fine with that? Oh, but she said it was off before. I believe Kim, but Sarita says she believed Kim because she's Oprah. Oh, Lord have mercy.
No, she's Oprah. Tammy, thank you for patiently waiting. I know you got a lot to say.
Oh, me? No, I was listening. I was listening. Hi, Opal. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good, good, good. I agreed with everything that you said, and I feel like we talk about leading, but I feel it's for me, it's like a form of a partnership, right? So as we talk about skills and who's better in certain areas, I may lead in a certain way and say, hey, you know, from a professional standpoint, I know I'm strong in that. And, you know, we work together in that way. But at the end of the day, when it comes to my safety and all this other stuff, I let him lead, you know, and I have a very strong personality. But it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't like I'm the head. I lead. It just fell into place organically. It just happened.
If a man has to say that, honestly,
That's
if a man has to continuously tell you, you know, I'm the head, you know, I'm lead, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
you're right.
There's something wrong because it just happened. So if a man has to say that, and it's not always the woman, like we have to check each other. So even as a man, he has to look at himself and say, why isn't this just happening naturally? Why doesn't she want to? Is this something I'm doing? Is this something I'm not doing? Because if a man has to keep reminding you that he's the head, you're not.
Right. I think, you know, that man, it's a role. Once he stepped into that role, you know, it's okay, I have all this on my shoulders to do, and I'm going to show and prove to you that you don't have to worry, right? And that's where you should feel like, oh, that's that safety. But if he's not stepping up to the job and doing the things that he should do, then that's a different story, right? But I feel like that independence for myself, there's things that I don't relinquish, and that's where he kind of lets. Yeah, but that's the thing. But again, but those are the areas that he lets me lead in, right? I'll give you an example. Even like it's something small, but it's an example. Even being at a restaurant and something is, you know, going awry. He knows I take care of that's my department.
No, she got this.
Yeah.
That's
He's like,
no, but I think those are like normal things because I think that's a relationship, and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody you should be bringing some kind of strength into the relationship. You know, if the man really just has to really do everything, what's your strength?
Correct.
What's your strength?
Correct.
So we all should be able to be bringing something into a relationship. A man, as much as they want to lead, they also want to know they can rely.
Well, yeah.
So if he can't even rely on you, what you doing, sis?
Well, yeah. Because at the end of the day, to Opal's point, there's times where things could fall short for him, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be in the position to step up. He can still lead, right? But you still have to be in a position to step up and say, hey, I got this, until you kind of get on your feet. Anything can happen. He can get sick. Anything can happen. We're not going to take away his crime, his hat. Like, oh, you're not a man because you're not leading because you're sick. No, I have to step up in that sense. So, but yeah. What are you laughing at?
Tashana, this is what she do all day. She laughs all day, but
I'll tell you later, Tammy.
Oh, okay.
We're not laughing at you.
Oh.
And I think that's why for me it go back to the wordplay. I'm big on semantics because I just and that could be my own journey as far as when I hear a word that has typically been associated with the negative connotation. Like I got to deep dive into it, and I just feel like the term independent is not that bad of a thing in context of being in a relationship. I think it is doable. I think that it's possible for two alphas to be together, for two dominant people, and it just is a balance with everybody. And each connection is going to work in its own way, right? And I'm gonna take Courageous Crowns. All of us are dominant women. All of us can be these headstrong, you know what I'm saying, bring things to the table.
Oh.
And she's soft right now, but baby, please believe. If something drops in the group text was like, man, we need this done, oh, please believe me, I was gonna knock it out in 2.5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? With no questions asked. Because we know that she can get stuff done. She knows she can get things done. And we're organically just meshed like that. But at the end of the day, we still are independent people that can handle our own, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that they can work simultaneously for me.
I kind of agree with you, Oprah, and actually had a conversation maybe like 2 weeks ago about like how society makes an independent woman a bad thing. Like, and even with these men, you got these men who got this idea of like what the songs that are playing, the Sexy Reds and the Glorilla and all that, and all that. So, like, and then now you meet a man who with a woman who she ain't even screaming independent woman stuff, but she got her stuff together. They automatically assume you on that type of time because society. I do. They automatically assume you on that type of time because society done built up because she got her own house, she got her own car, she got a job, she taking care of everything, that she miss independent. She don't need no man for nothing. And it's like, that's social media, that stuff you see on TV. But if you meet the right person where things are organically growing and a mutual respect, then you won't have that issue.
Because let's be honest, if you show up into a situationship, relationship, whatever you want to call it, growing into it without your own, then what are you labeled as?
That's what I
right?
Say.
Exactly. So it's like, where's the middle ground for this for it? Like, exactly. I'm not going to sit around and wait on nobody to achieve certain things. I'm going to continue achieving the things that I need for me and my children as I'm going. And then when we get to that bridge, we're going to cross it together. But there are people that will automatically, and this is a concept, this can be later. I have had associate friends that literally have not checked that box to buy their own home because they don't want to do it without their future man.
Oh,
that's a thing. That is a thing. That's a thing, and it's like it goes back to how people interpret independent. They don't want their man to, you know what I'm saying, step into the situation like, what you need me for? You already got your own house. You get what I'm saying? How people can take things out of context.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't disagree. I think it goes back to what you said too. Like everybody has work to do on themselves. It's recognizing that you do though. Like, in a relationship or out of a relationship, I'm always going to push myself.
Yeah.
Me pushing myself does not stop because I'm in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the better I am, the better we are. So
Mhm.
I always think on the future in a sense of example. My parents were married, and my father passed away when I was 11. You're not promised tomorrow. So
Mm-mm.
I have to be in a position like, God forbid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
have to be able to take care of myself and my.
Mhm.
So it's in my nature. Thank goodness for that. I'm thankful for that because not everybody has that drive, you know. But I don't want to. I don't want to be so bad. I want to rely on my man. I'm supposed to, but I don't want to rely on anyone that it hinders me.
Mhm.
That I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's not.
Well,
That's
you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I mean, so like we're talking about relationships and we're talking about men, but just being independent alone is exhausting, and I know for myself, I have like multiple things on burners trying to just process and get through, whether it be professionally or just personally, right? And your own goals. Like, at the top of, January, you start with your vision board and you figure out, okay, these are my goals for the year. That's me. It's working on me and myself before you can bring anybody into a relationship, right? But being independent and trying to do all the stuff that you're trying to do, it's exhausting, like
It is.
extremely exhausting.
because it is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
I
And
can
that's
tell
what
you
some men are the weak men we were referring to. I think those are. I think those are weak men that really can't handle bullshit. But I think those are I think they're weak. I think that's a weak man that I don't know. I maybe it's just the spirit I have, but it's like I feel like that for myself and I feel like that in a relationship. Like I want somebody to go, let's go be a go-getter.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a
Mm-hmm.
question, kind of to take the same topic and spin it a little bit or put it in another context. What about being independent or this whole topic in friendships?
In what
Whereas
way, Opal?
in a way of like, say you have a friend of 20 years, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got that longevity there, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point you find yourself kind of always being the leader, always being the one that is heading that friendship. Like, is that a time to reevaluate the friendship?
Yes.
No, but wait,
I'm
so
taking
so
the romantic part out of it and
yeah,
just
because
doing the context of the
correct.
friendship.
So
I mean, independent mindset, the independent.
Yes. I answered your question. Yes.
Can you give me more context?
You cannot always plan the trip. You can't always plan the girls' night out. You can't always wait for people.
Well, we got a plan in front.
yeah, but it's exhausting.
Well, I like to plan. So
Well, you like to plan, and I like to plan, but sometimes I'm like, you plan so much, and nobody's gonna plan nothing for you.
Listen, I low-key got mad at my family because my family recently wanted me to plan. And I'm like, I've been planning for so long. I'm tired of planning. Y'all put it together. Y'all tell me what day to
Yeah,
show up. Y'all tell
yeah.
me this. But in the same breath, I had to sit back and realize I've also created this space for them to
Mm,
rely on me to do this.
mm-hmm.
And now I want to break and they don't understand.
You're like,
But
what you
you always
mean?
been doing it, or
Yeah,
you're good at it, or this and that. It's like,
yeah,
how do
yeah.
you insert that balance there? Can that not be the same? I'm interchanging the
No,
conversation, but
it's funny you brought
No,
that
it's
up
true.
because really next week's episode was about us understanding when it's time to cut things
deal
off.
breakers.
Deal breakers in relationships and not necessarily romantic relationships. So
Mm,
that's great that you brought that up.
segue.
It's a segue to next
yeah,
week.
we be thinking.
Yeah, you and I had. That's why we vibe. But I think this was a very good conversation. I really enjoy, of course, Tammy. We enjoy you all the time.
I love your hair too, Tammy.
No, it's a little messed up. That's why I didn't want to get on camera. Oh.
It's cute.
Embrace it.
Thank you.
Embrace it. But we thank all the ladies. I think this is where we should end it, right? Since Opal kind of gave us that segue into next week's episode.
Does anybody else have something to say?
Does anybody else have any more comments or anything?
Oh, wait, before y'all go, let me see something. Oh, no, I can't do it that way.
But please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to get on Courageous Crown and get some merchandise if it's for you, your friends, your co-workers. I don't know. Just support. We still open for donations all the time. But we thank you, ladies, for the comments, the shares, everything. We really appreciate the support.
Thank you, Opal.
With that being said, we're going to leave it here and say goodnight. And we see you guys next week. Same channel, same time.
We'll come and take a camera flash. Jewelry game amazing. Car game crazy. Gucci man a flare. Won't you tell me sight chase? When I hit the mall.